So today guys, we're going to show you how to clean your Ugg boots with the Suede and Nubuck leather cleaner. Obviously Ugg boots are basically like a twin-sided material because you've obviously got hair on hide on the inside and you've got a suede exterior, which is what you've got to deal with. Obviously suede is a very difficult item to waterproof and maintain. Below in the comments we've linked you to the other video where we restored the colour of these black Ugg boots and you'll be able to see exactly how that's come out. So the actual cleaning side of things, we're going to use the Suede and Nubuck cleaner from Leather Repair Company LRC 52, and with that you've got to make sure that you get it sprayed on fully. Ensure the full item is completely soaked and drenched in the product to enable you to get deep into all the areas that need to be cleaned. Brush that up with the Suede and Nubuck brush to make sure that you're removing all the dirt and grease and grime on there. That'll enable all the fibres to be brought back up, and then you're going to wipe away any dirt and grime that's on the surface of the item. And you're just going to continue to proceed to do the whole shoe, you know, the whole thing in that way. The full Ugg boot has got to be done exactly that way. You've got to make sure that it's really nice and wet because you've got to remove all of the dirt, grease and grime that's on the surface. And then this has obviously got to be left to dry naturally. You don't want to force dry this. You definitely don't want to go banging them in a washing machine or anything like that. You don't want to put them on heat to dry them because you're going to create shrinkage and you're going to create distortion. It's just a multitude of issues that you're going to create by doing that. So this obviously wetting process is going to, you know, revive some of the colour, but we are going to re-dye this shoe as well so it matches the other one that we did. But this is obviously just the cleaning process that we're doing here, just to show you how to get them fully cleaned. And you've got to make sure that, you know, they are deep cleaned in them. All the fibres again, brush back up, and as it's drying, we will do the exact same thing, which is to brush up the fibres. So let's get the next section done. Make sure it's completely wet all over. That is the purpose of the Suede and Nubuck cleaner. It's got a lovely leather aroma to it. It's the Suede and Nubuck leather cleaner. So get that brushed up completely. Doesn't matter which direction you go in, to be fair. Just got to make sure it's completely brushed up. And you know, if you go in different directions, it's probably wise because that will help you to remove any dirt and grime that's embedded in these Ugg boots. So just make sure it's given a really good brush up to remove any dirt and grime that's in there. And then as that's drying, you can then proceed to go over the boot and keep fluffing up these fibres for the suede. But again, you've got to make sure you do the full area because you can't sort of do something and miss a patch like this, because that, you know, where you've missed this sort of area, it will show up as a stain. You've got to make sure you completely wet, you know, the full boot that you're cleaning, or else you're going to end up with a stain if you just try to clean a small area without wetting the whole of the boot. But automatically, you know, wetting it, it's enabled some of the colour to be revived. But once that's dry, you'll see the extent of it, and we can then obviously proceed with the dyeing process, as you've seen in the other video, which we've linked below, of the dyeing of these Ugg boots, of how to dye them properly. The next stage that we're going to be showing you is the preparation stage, which is obviously wiping down, ready for dyeing with the alcohol cleaner. Now that we've got them all cleaned over with the Suede and Nubuck leather cleaner, we need to obviously wipe them down with the alcohol cleaner. That may release a little bit of the dye onto the cloth. That is not alarming. It is quite natural for it to do that when you're preparing the surface, because you've got to make sure that the leather is completely free of any greases, grime, dirt, waxes and protective coatings that's been applied on here to obviously waterproof your Ugg boots. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to use the alcohol cleaner, which is LRC3, which is this one here, the alcohol cleaner, and we're going to apply that to the cloth like so. We're using a bamboo cloth because they're a fantastic cloth for doing this. They're antimicrobial and they're very natural and biodegradable, so they're a brilliant cloth for doing that. So this is obviously ensuring that all grease and grime is removed. As you can see, a small amount of the colour is being released, which is exactly what we expected to happen. And you just completely proceed all the way over, applying the alcohol cleaner, and then we're going to brush that up once again once we've done that. And this is just to remove any waxes and silicones that's on the surface, and protective waterproofers that's been put on there to obviously waterproof your Ugg boots. You just got to keep getting plenty of the alcohol on the cloth, and then we're going to brush that up again as well. That seems to have got it all the way around. That is quite sufficient for the cleaning process and the prep process, ready for the dyeing to take place. We are literally all done, and that is exactly how you would clean your Ugg boots. Obviously, when you're dyeing them, you would then proceed with the alcohol cleaner as we've done. But if you're just cleaning them and they're dirty, you do not need to use the alcohol cleaner. You would just use the Suede and Nubuck cleaner on your Ugg boots, and you wouldn't use the alcohol. You only use that if you're going on to restore the colour. And that is what we've done in this video, is we've cleaned them, and then we have wiped them over with the alcohol to degrease them, to remove all protective coatings, layers, waxes and grime. And now we're just fluffing up the coating once again. You know, you can do that all in different directions to make sure that that is nicely fluffed up, ready to take the Suede and Nubuck dyes once that is dry. But you've got to wait for the Ugg boot to completely dry to do that. Do not force dry it, let it naturally dry. Could take 24 hours to dry out fully. And then you can proceed to the dyeing process. But that is exactly how you would clean your Ugg boots with the Suede and Nubuck leather cleaner LRC 52 from theleatherrepaircompany.com. Thank you very much.